More scary games! Yes! What is going on, Tentacrew? My name is Billy the Squid, and we are in the middle of the horror game renaissance. We are just getting battered and bombarded from all angles with the spoopiest of the spoopy, and it just keeps coming. We just keep getting more info. So earlier in the week, EA decided that they were going to drop the big bombshell that, hey, we're going to remake Dead Space 1. And while this is a very, very good thing, and a very awesome thing, we also have to keep in mind that this is also the company that ruined the Dead Space series with Dead Space 3. So I don't know if they're trying to like reboot and re-energize the series or what they are specifically trying to do. But I guess we're getting a Dead Space 1 remake. I've not watched this yet. I have been pretty busy since I got back from vacation, so I figured I'd watch it with y'all, give my thoughts and opinions on this, and then get into a little bit of don't want to say drama, but a little bit of competition that I see coming out with the other horror game of this kind of genre, the Callisto Protocol. We'll get into that after we watch this, but let's go ahead and dive in and see what this is all about. All right, what do we got? Well, the Ishimura is looking nice. Game engine footage, okay. Okay. Setting up a little bit of atmosphere. They're really playing back to the OG trailer with the music and everything. There's our dude. It is wild how iconic that repair bench, like that first repair bench where you get the plasma cutter is with the cut off the limbs. Okay, so they're making it on the Frostbite engine. Motive Studios is the one creating it. And yeah, we're getting a Dead Space remake. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say I don't believe the original Dead Space really needs a remake. I think that game holds up mechanically to today's standards. There's a few growing pains with it. They definitely improved in Dead Space 2, like the low gravity stuff. But as far as Dead Space 1 goes, that game stands up pretty well. But I do understand that two things are going on right now in the gaming world, and that would kind of push EA to want to actually dive back into this franchise. For one, the Resident Evil remakes have been doing exceptionally well. Even with Resident Evil 3 remake, which was probably the least successful of the ones so far, they are still doing quite well. Combine that with, say, the fact that they're making current line Resident Evil games as well as remakes. They're kind of double dipping into the franchise and doing it in a very, very well way. They're doing it in a way that the consumer can enjoy. It's not just remasters. It's not just reports or anything like that. They are actually rebuilding these games and adding to the story. Same thing is going with Square Enix right now. They're making the Final Fantasy VII remake as well as development of Final Fantasy 16. This seems to be kind of a new trend that studios are going to go with. As technology has increased and kind of started to plateau off, those games that are at the bottom of the curve, they're able to bring them back up and have more justification for remaking these games and actually bringing them to the modern day. Because once they get remade now, they're going to hold up for a very, very long time. Also, there is the nostalgia factor to these kinds of games. And on top of all that, it's all about a business, baby. You know people are going to buy a Dead Space remake, even if the original does hold up exceptionally well. Now, the things that have me concerned about this is it's EA. EA is always, always, always going to be a dice roll of quality as far as the games go, especially with them reviving a franchise. Remember, these are the guys that drove it into the ground in the first place, so hopefully they've learned their lesson. I think with some of the games that they've released recently, they realize that single player doesn't need microtransactions or anything like that. I don't think they're going to ruin it. I actually enjoyed the Dead Space multiplayer, and it kind of reminds me of how Back 4 Blood's doing their multiplayer with like monsters versus humans. I liked the Dead Space multiplayer whenever it was live. I wouldn't mind that coming back in some capacity, but if it's going to take away from the central single player core experience, nah. Keep that shit out of there. But yeah, EA's a dice roll as far as things go. Another thing that has me concerned is none of the original studio members that worked on Dead Space with EA are on this project, so I can understand some of the developers seeing it as a passion project, but for it to be a true passion project to me, it has to have some of the OG members of the team on it, and there are none that I know of on this. So yeah, I will definitely be trying it out. I will be giving it a go. I am still of the mantle that Dead Space 1 doesn't need a remake, but I'll take it if we're going to get it. I'd rather, honestly, at this point, I'm over remasters, so if a studio is going to end up re-releasing a game, I would rather it be a top-to-bottom remake. Just don't ruin the story. From what I have done, like the little bit of research I've done, they're going to try to bring in like the comics, they're going to try to bring in like the anime, like the extended universe of Dead Space, and kind of tie those in with new story elements and stuff. I hope they don't stray too far from what the original game was in that. I hope they kind of do like what Demon's Souls Remake did, where they keep it pretty to the T as far as level design, enemy design, all of that stuff, how the game actually functions, but bring it up to a modern day with a new engine. And yeah, add some more story bits, add some more stuff. If you want to add extra segments to the ship, just don't take away what was originally there, because it was a masterpiece of its time. And speaking of masterpiece of its time, the team that made that masterpiece a long time ago, when did this come out? December last year, is making another game in the same genre. And this is another reason why I think EA is kind of jumping in with Dead Space, is because the original team from Dead Space is making a game, and they, for one, see the hype that the Callisto Protocol is bringing and want to capitalize on that. Like, hey, the original guys that are making Dead Space are making a game. Well, here's the original Dead Space so that you can enjoy. I don't think they're going to try to be direct competition with the Callisto Protocol. At least I don't think that's the intention. Very well could be. They want to like put the boot down, really solidify that they are the, I don't know. It could be some scummy business tactics to limit competition, especially in like this type of gaming genre. I don't see it that way. I think of it as more of them trying to cash grab on top of the hype that Callisto Protocol is bringing. But let's go ahead and watch this, and we will get into a little bit more of the Callisto Protocol after. If you haven't seen it already, like I said, it's been out since December last year, but I just thought it would be worth bringing up in this video. I'm very excited about it, by the way. It has everything that I think a lot of people were wanting out of Dead Space 3. And like I said, it's the original team. They have proven time and time again that they are good at what they do when they are unshackled by the producer. Looking at you, EA. So as you can see, it's got a lot of homages to the original Dead Space. And there's a ton of Easter eggs to Dead Space in here as well. It's got like the neck health bar. There's some graffiti on the wall.
Get up.
That is a reference to the Dead Space trilogy. I'm interested to see what these malfunctioning robots have to do with the story. I have a feeling it's going to be like aliens and the robots. Kind of like Alien Isolation. Sound design is top tier as well. Got him. It looks so good. There's some more references to the Dead Space series on these monitors as well with some of the names that popped up.
Transport ship Charon. You are cleared for landing.
Yeah. This looks so good. It looks so good. Like, honestly, that trailer compared to the Dead Space remake trailer, it's a night and day difference on quality, in my humble opinion. The things that are done in this trailer, like, maybe it's because they didn't have to play it. Maybe it's because EA didn't have to play it as, say, balls out as what this one did. This is a brand new IP. They really need to stomp their feet into the ground and stand their ground with this project that they're putting out. EA just had to say Dead Space, and people are going to lap it up. But as far as quality goes, it's a night and day difference. I think the sound quality between the atmosphere that the ship is putting off, the robot malfunctioning, the gurgles and groans from the zombie tentacle monster in the cell, it's all very, very good. The monster looks exceptional. And that's something that the original Dead Space did that a lot of horror games hadn't done prior to that, is they mixed a lot of different horror genres. It wasn't just jump scares. It wasn't just tension. There was some body horror aspect with the dismemberment. And you can actually see, like, the human form of the aliens that you were fighting in Dead Space. And this has that similar type of thing, especially with the dude standing back up after getting his face tentacled. It all is just very good, but I'm wondering, I am concerned that the Dead Space remake could potentially hinder this game in the future. I don't think it will, but I have my concerns. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you are looking forward to. Are you excited for the Dead Space remake? Do you think Dead Space even needed a remake? Are you excited for the Callisto Protocol? I need to know everything. So if you want me to cover more of this stuff as stuff comes out, please let me know as well. Also, check out my streams nightly, 10:30 Eastern on twitch.tv/Billy_the_squid. Much love, Tenna Crew. Bye-bye.